Filip Chytil has arrived in Vancouver and his role seems clear from the start. He is not here to be the next franchise savior. He is not expected to carry the offensive load like Elias Pettersson or JT Miller. Instead, the Canucks see him as the ideal third-line center, a position they have struggled to fill with stability. This role allows him to use his offensive instincts against weaker competition. It gives him a chance to thrive without the immense pressure that comes with being a top-six forward. His job is to provide depth, drive play and make the team harder to play against from top to bottom. This is a significant upgrade for the Canucks forward group. His debut performance offered a promising glimpse of what he can bring. In his first game, Chytil looked comfortable and immediately found chemistry with his linemates. He was noticeable every time he stepped on the ice, making smart plays with and without the puck. The statistics from that game backed up what our eyes told us. He finished with positive possession metrics, created a couple of scoring chances, and demonstrated a strong two-way game. It was just one game, of course, but it showed he can handle the responsibilities of his new role. For a team looking for immediate contributions from their depth players, this was a very encouraging sign. The Canucks have needed a player exactly like Chytil for some time. For too long, the team has relied on its top two lines to do almost all the scoring. When those lines went cold, the team often struggled to win games. Adding a legitimate offensive threat to the third line changes that dynamic entirely. Suddenly, opposing coaches have to think about another line that can hurt them. This creates matchup problems for the other team and frees up space for Vancouver's star players. Chytil's presence makes the Canucks a deeper, more balanced and ultimately more dangerous hockey team, which is crucial for a long playoff run. Looking at his career numbers with the New York Rangers provides further evidence. When given consistent third-line minutes, Chytil has proven he can be an effective secondary scorer. He has the ability to produce points at a rate that is well above average for a player in his position. He doesn't need to be on the top power play unit to find the back of the net. He finds his offense at even strength, which is a valuable trait. The Canucks are not asking him to be something he is not. They are simply asking him to continue doing what he has done successfully before, but now in a Vancouver jersey. One of Chytil's most significant strengths is his versatility. While he is best suited as a center, he has experience playing on the wing. This flexibility gives head coach Rick Tocchet more options when creating his lineup. If injuries occur or if the coach wants to shake things up, Chytil can be moved around without a major drop-off in performance. This adaptability is a huge asset over the course of a long, 82-game season and into the playoffs. He can fill multiple roles, making him a useful tool for the coaching staff to deploy in various situations. It makes the team much more resilient to the inevitable challenges that arise. His physical tools are another key advantage. At 6'2", Chytil has good size for a center, which he uses effectively to protect the puck in the offensive zone. He is also a strong and fluid skater, especially for a player of his build. This combination of size and speed allows him to drive the play through the neutral zone and create space for his line mates. He is not an overly physical player, but his frame allows him to win battles along the boards and in front of the net. These attributes make him a difficult player for opposing defenses to handle, especially when he is matched up against their bottom six defenders. We must also remember his age. At just 25 years old, Chytil is entering the prime of his hockey career. He is young enough that there is still room for his game to grow and develop further. The Canucks are getting a player who is already established, but still has untapped potential. This is a much better bet than signing an older veteran who is on the decline. His youth means he should have the energy and durability to handle the demands of Tocchet's high-tempo system. He fits perfectly with the team's core group of players, who are also in or entering their prime years, creating a solid window for contention. Finally, his ability to provide reliable depth scoring cannot be overstated. When he is healthy and receiving consistent ice time, Chytil has shown he can score 15 to 20 goals a season. That level of production from a third-line center is incredibly valuable. It takes the pressure off the top players and gives the team a secondary wave of attack. In tight checking playoff games, goals from the bottom half of the lineup are often the difference between winning and losing. Chytil has the skill to be that difference maker, turning an average third line into a genuine offensive threat that opponents must respect. Despite his strengths, it is important to be realistic about Chytil's limitations. He is not a top-six center, and the Canucks should not try to force him into that role. When he was pushed up the lineup with the Rangers, his defensive responsibilities sometimes became an issue. He is at his best when he can focus on driving offense against less formidable opponents. Expecting him to shut down the other team's best players or quarterback a top power play unit is asking too much. His ceiling is that of a very good third-line center, and that is perfectly fine. The team needs to understand what he is and what he is not to use him effectively. The most significant concern surrounding Chytil is his injury history. He has dealt with several concussions and other ailments that have caused him to miss significant time throughout his career. This is a major risk for the Canucks. Availability is the most important ability in professional sports. If he cannot stay on the ice, then all of his talent and potential mean very little. The team's medical staff will have to manage his health carefully. While you can't predict injuries, his past record suggests that durability will be an ongoing question mark. This risk is baked into his acquisition and must be monitored closely. His game also lacks a certain physical edge that some fans might want from a player of his size. He is not a punishing body checker and won't be the one to set a physical tone in a game. While he uses his size well to protect the puck, he is more of a skill player than a grinder. This is not necessarily a weakness, but it is a part of his profile that the team needs to be aware of. They will need to surround him with line mates who can handle the gritty defensive work, allowing him to focus on what he does best, creating offense and driving possession forward through the middle of the ice. Another point to consider is his occasional inconsistency. There have been stretches in his career where his production has dried up for periods of time. This can be frustrating, as his talent is obvious. Part of this may be due to inconsistent line mates or roles in New York, but it is something to watch in Vancouver. The hope is that a clearly defined third-line role will provide him with the stability he needs to become a more consistent contributor. If he can find that consistency, he will be an excellent addition. If not, his impact could be more sporadic than the team hopes for. One of the most appealing aspects of the Filip Chytil acquisition is his contract. He is signed for 3 more seasons at a reasonable salary cap hit. This provides the Canucks with cost certainty in a key position for the foreseeable future. In an era of a flat or slowly rising salary cap, having a productive player locked in at a fair price is a massive strategic advantage. This contract gives general manager Patrik Allvin predictability when planning the roster. He knows exactly what his third-line center will cost, which helps him allocate resources to other areas of need, like defense or finding scoring wingers. This contract also gives the team immense flexibility. If Chytil performs well and proves to be a core part of the team's success, the Canucks have him under team control during his prime years. He could become a long-term fixture in the middle of their lineup. However, if things do not work out as planned, whether due to injury or a lack of production, his contract is still very tradable. A 25-year-old center with his skill set at a manageable cap hit would draw interest from many other teams around the league. This means the Canucks are not locked into a bad situation if he doesn't fit. The deal essentially functions as a high-upside, medium-risk bet. The Canucks are gambling that Chytil can stay healthy and thrive in the specific role they have designed for him. If they are right, they will have found a solution to their third-line center problem for years to come, all at a great price. If they are wrong, they have an asset that can be moved to recoup value. This is smart asset management. It avoids the pitfalls of signing a long-term, expensive free agent who could become an anchor on the team's payroll if he underperforms. Chytil's contract provides an exit strategy if needed. In the end, Chytil represents a valuable but non-essential piece of the puzzle. He is not the cornerstone upon which the franchise is built, but he is a critical supporting beam. His role is to strengthen the foundation of the team, making the entire structure more robust. Whether he remains a Canuck for the duration of his contract or is eventually traded, his presence gives the front office options. He is a secret weapon in the sense that he deepens the lineup significantly, but he is also a stopgap in that the team is not wholly dependent on his success. This balanced reality makes him a perfect fit for Vancouver right now.